Welcome everyone to episode 23 of Pineleaf Plays the Lore Master. Now the first thing we'll notice is that we now have a quest available for the Yuletide Festival. The Yule Festival is a time of celebration and merriment. Come join us for the festivities. Happy Yule! And you complete the quest to receive a map to Winterhome. So therefore, instead of an auto port, we now get a map that we can use. So now let's complete the quest. Now we have a map. This is a vast improvement over the past, where you're auto-ported and you're forced to either have this quest sitting and hanging on top of you, or of abandoning the quest, having it pop up all the time, or of accepting the quest, finishing it, and finding yourself in Winterhome. So this time, we're able to just go there when we want, which is not at the moment, since we want to talk to Candace. Hello, Candace! Got War Master Uzor dead.
Greetings.
Another letter written in black speech. And this meaning evades me as it did its fellow. What did you expect from letters written by orcs? This one, however, bears the mark of the white hand. I must know what message this letter bears. This is not a task for you. I have finally discovered information on the whereabouts of Radagast, but there is something you should see first. Of course. Always. Always something else first.
How can I be of service?
As I was returning from the lands of the east, the night sky over Weathertop was lit by bright flashes of white light, akin to lightning. Yet no clouds darkened the sky, and of thunder there was no sound. I think no ordinary storm visited Amansul that night. I ask you to search the ruins atop Weathertop, and see if there is anything to find, my friend. If you find anything out of the ordinary, return to me immediately. Very well. And what else do we have? Preparing for the future.
How can I be of service?
Yes, I think these will do nicely. Thank you very much. Very well. Now let's go to the top of Amansul. And let us bring Mr. Overkill with me. And this is always the fun part, getting up to the top. No, it's not the difficulty of being killed or anything like that. Nah, that's not the challenge. Especially the first time, it's figuring out the right path. And of course we've got all these birds. See, now that I don't have that quest anymore, I find birds all over the place. Right, up this way. And a few switchbacks here and there. And actually I think that's a fake switchback. Yeah. Alright. Yes, it's still possible even all these times I've been here. I've usually approached Weathertop from another direction, so I'm used to the path in that direction. Not used to the path this way. And, well, very well. I'm sure there was a better way to do that. Alright. There are a few paths up here, some shorter than others. But it's difficult trying to get up a, well, tall hill, but it's more like a small mountain. And here we are! Now, one of the interesting things about this particular location is that in the past, when there was a tier 3 cooking quest. You had to come up here in order to do it. Well, now there is still a cooking quest, but it's completely different from the one you have now. In the old cooking quest, you had to come up here and gather an herb that could only be found here. And you had to use a special recipe that called for things like that. Most of the items were standard ones, but there's always, for whatever craft it was, one recipe that was, and one item that came from some mob you had to fight. And some of them were easier to get than others. They did something similar then for the top level also. So therefore, if you wanted to become a top tier cook, you had to... Alright, yep. I thought that was a shortcut, but it was only a shortcut to finding more birds. Alright, let's go the standard way. At least they're level 25 half-orc system. Oh, what did I... Oh, okay. Moment there, I thought I was finding something. And I forgot to turn on my silver indicator. Alright. Now, it's not a good sign if I'm finding all these half-orcs all over the place. Now, these are only level 25 ones instead of 55 ones, but I don't remember encountering too many half-orcs in this area. Wondering, was that a change in the last patch, or more likely my memory is just vague, which is certainly nothing new. About as vague as my memory of how to get up the hill. Alright. Now we've got... Alright, back up here, and I should be back on track. Yes, you wonder how on earth I've ever managed to get to the top of Weathertop for the annual concert there on Landreval, if I get lost that easily. But usually I come from another direction from Oscaruth and pretty much memorize the path from that way.
What do you need?
Ah, you found something. Let me see. This is a rock rubbing you have made. The runes are common, but I do not know what they signify. I am afraid this does not tell me much of the lightning, but it tells me something of the source. Likely the same person responsible for sending you to me. I mean Gandalf. Alright, Gandalf sends me to somebody, and then Gandalf then went and made some lightning. Alrighty, that's Gandalf for you. And now we have two choices to retake Weathertop. Now, I didn't run into a single orc on my way up there, but for this instance, it is going to be infested. There are two versions, Fellowship and Solo. Since I'm alone, I'll use the Solo version. And here we go.
How can I be of service?
Retake Weathertop.
Weathertop, once a watchtower of the Dunedain, now a refuge for orcs. Candaith the Ranger strives to break their foothold in the Weather Hills.
Very well, Candaith.
How can I be of service?
Lead on. And right, I don't remember. I was just up there and I didn't see any of these goblins or orcs or anything like that up there. New deed, Goblin Slayer. Oh, fun. Let the troll move out of sight. You mean the one we just killed? I guess that was the intent. Well, since these are greenies, I guess they're only worth 2 rep each instead of 4 rep each. This torch may prove useful. Right, okay. Take up the torch. Perhaps you can light it to draw the goblin's attention. Alright. This is to keep you from getting too overwhelmed by it. Now, the reason why there are 2 versions of this particular instance is because originally when they made it, it was made back when the epic in general was not soloable. And therefore, you had the original version of the Weathertop instance. Then when they made Book 2 soloable, they had to find a way in order to make it. Now, actually, that's not strictly true, because this quest was not originally part of the epic. It was originally a side quest, and at the first quest, after you talked to Gandalf and all that stuff, you were sent to go talk to Radagast, but it was level 26 or something like that for that quest. So therefore, you must come across Butcher or Muzz, defeat them right. He goes up one way, we go up the other way. That means I have to do this all myself. Typical. So he goes up that way, I guess. A way up to Weathertop that I keep on missing every time I go up there. But anyway, it was level 26, so there's this big gap in the epic for several levels. And they decided to resolve the gap by adding this section, which, hey, at least give me a chance to join the fight. Okay, it looks like orcs are worth double it. 4 each. Even though they are also greenies. Well, completed Orc Slayer. Alright. But therefore, it was a level 26 quest, so they added this quest line to the epic line. Now, I can't remember whether they made this soloable around the same time, whether it was at the same time they made Book 2 soloable, or whether it was just before. So the timing, all that is still a little bit vague. The key thing is that there were 2 main events in the matter. One of them, this is certainly the easiest this instance has ever been. I don't know why I bothered with the crazy torches. These things are, well, I'm probably not really one-shotting them. It's probably my Bog Guardian that's doing the bulk of the damage. Now, in order to get to the next section, I have to use the torch. And where is the torch? Oh, there it is. But the storyline does go a little bit more smoothly now that we have this as part of the epic, and he gives you these tasks in order to Go to Radagast. And anyway, the Epic should visit Weathertop, which is something that was really missing in the original procedure for the Epic storyline. String table error. Table DID. Yeah. Alright. Well, that was rather weird. It was so bad. What that goblin said is so bad. Oh boy, it's raining. That Turbine couldn't even implement it. That's how bad it was. Warg Slayer. What? Surely that didn't unlock enmity with the wargs? Oh, that's right, because I killed that warg in Trouble in Tuckborough. But that's, what, 2 wargs down? 98 to go, or something like that. Enmity of the wargs. 2 of 50. Okay, 48 to go. But I have a few more that I can get. Yeah, these things are going down like flies. Another conscript. Anyway, there used to be a problem where the Loremaster pets were, shall we say, underpowered. I have come to the conclusion that it went a little bit in the other direction. Oh boy. Hey, at least give me a chance to do something, my friend. Alright, now that's... Muzz is dead. Right, that takes care of the 2 people I had to kill along the way. So now we just have a couple extra people we need to take care of along the way. 1 or 2 minor foes left, and we should be done. Oh, that must have been a full-size goblin instead of a conscript. That's you. Oh no, now they're worth 4. Alright, fine. And they're still greenies. Maybe it has to do with level or something? I don't know. And now we're up here. Now this is also the first instance. I think this is the first instance where they created the inspiration bonus for the solo level. Where because the final fight they were thinking that you needed inspiration for the troll. Personally, I think they should have just changed the troll into a signature and left out the inspiration, but who am I to say? So I'm not too sure this was a great candidate to be the first instance of inspiration, but now I'm getting this inspiration bonus, which makes me ultra powerful, which as if I wasn't powerful enough. Now you gotta be careful here. And careful here is alright. Okay, good. Yeah, because he's an elite and with this inspiration bonus and being slightly overpowered, you could see that really whipped through it. Now, in the past, I guess maybe they took care of it. It was possible to one-shot the person who unlocks the troll, and that would cause it to be impossible to finish the instance. But it looks like they either took care of that, or by some miracle I did not one-shot him, or because that's the way things have been going with the Bog Guardian. I'm surprised it didn't. Alright, that's it for we take
How can I be of
Weathertop.
service?
And I guess I probably want this. 55, 52 critical rating. Do I want the will and vitality, or do I want the critical rating? Well, I'll take the crit rating, I guess. I know,
Greetings.
like I need it. Very well, plus 7 will for that. Alright. And I guess that takes care of that. Alright. I managed to track Radagast south and met friends, the Eglain, who make some ruins to the lone lands to the south. They are solitary and quiet people, having shunned societal obligations for a simple life eked out here. A few that do venture towards the more civilized areas of the world are still different from most of you meet. Because of their nature, they are truly wary of anyone who wishes to traffic with them or their allies. And it seems that Radagast has enlisted their aid, not only now, but at times in the distant past. I fear that you will need to earn the right to speak with Radagast. I have done what part I can. My horse will take you south and west of the Forsaken Inn, and there you should seek an audience with him. Alright. There. So, therefore, let's look at his travel destinations.
What do you need?
To the Forsaken Inn. And it's a free trip. It's a free trip. But you have to have the... I think you might have to have the quest open in order to do it. And there we go. So now we're at the Forsaken Inn. And next time, we will come back and see what they have to offer. Until then, this is Pineleaf Needles, and I'll see you in episode 23.2.